Is this thing on? Hey y'all, what is up? It is me, Jasmine Kennedie from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my moment, and I'm certainly gonna have it. Well, welcome everybody. I'm super excited to invite you here to my lovely, lovely channel that I just started. I'm super excited to get to do more content for y'all. Listen, the year of 2026 is the year of actually doing social media work. I think over, you know, my span of Drag Race, I don't necessarily think I put a lot of attention and detail into my media content, and I think I want to change that for this year. For my first YouTube video, I thought what better thing than to do a makeup tutorial. Updated something, you know, y'all haven't seen from me. Now listen, I may have not been the makeup girly on my season, but I think I've gotten pretty good at it myself if I do say so. Please like, subscribe, follow, give a heart, give a little comment, just do something for the doll, okay? Because we're what? Protecting the dolls with monetization. Yeah, my makeup has changed so much. It has changed in ways that I think all of you noticed. I don't use as much black eyeshadow anymore, and I also don't use, I don't do the Neapolitan on my cheeks anymore. First thing I like to do when I start doing my makeup, I use a brow freeze from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I will just comb it into the direction that I want my brows to go. I used to cover my brows. I still cover my brows sometimes depending on the day. Now for my brow products, what I usually do is I use like a combination of like liners and like brow pen. These are the Epic ink liners from NYX. I love these, but if I ever run out, I just go in with a brow pen from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm gonna do one on camera and then I'm gonna do the rest off camera. What I'll do is just start at the beginning of my brow, and I am going to just slowly start putting in product. And I kind of follow the natural part of my brow. I don't really try to go too much out of it, but I do extend it longer, and I do kind of make it a little bit thicker. Because who doesn't like it thicker? This is milk chocolate. I'm just gonna go in and start doing some light flicks into the hair. And then I'm also gonna extend the height of my arch a little bit more than I usually do. Then I'm gonna go onto the bottom, then extend it out. I really do like to extend my brow tail a little bit more. I do like there to be a really nice arch as well. And then I just fill in a little bit of the brow. I don't know, I think natural brows for me are just, it looks better on my face. I feel sometimes when I go a little bit higher, it just kind of elongates it in a weird way. I don't necessarily think is the most flattering. Like that. I'm going to take Manic Panic Goth White Influencer Status. It's just like a really great white cream base. And what I'll do is I'll take it and I will just cut the bottom of my brows. And that's that. It's pretty simple. And then what I'll do is I'll just use this as well as the base for my eye. I don't like putting too much product on my eyelid itself. I'll go into the crease, but because I do cut my crease, I try to like avoid putting a lot of product on my actual crease. That way when I go back over it, it's like not too muddy. And then I'll take my beauty blender and I will just blend it out. After I'm done with that, I'm gonna take a random white eyeshadow and then I'm gonna just set under my brow bone really quickly. And then I usually go in with a skin tone powder after. But you know, also too, there's so many new things that have been going on in my life. There's so many things have changed. First off, I just moved to the DC area. Whoop whoop, she's a DC girly now. You know, so much has changed from the show. I traveled the world. I got to, you know, do Vegas live. I did the Christmas tour. I did War on the Catwalk. I did a Europe tour, I did a South America tour, and honestly, I've been like so thankful for all the opportunities. I do want to say that to y'all. Like, you guys really have changed my life in so many ways. And you know, this is just one way I'll be paying it back this year by giving you guys a little bit more content, you know? So, you know, I just went in with some Fit Me 110 Maybelline just for the eye. I always say this is a really great dupe for MAC Studio Fix. I know they don't make it anymore with the talc, but it's one of my favorites. But the reason I moved from New York to DC was because I just wanted a new fresh start and to be closer with my family. My family moved down here a couple years ago and, you know, I really missed them. And I've been in New York City now since I was 17, 18. Yeah, I was there since I was 17, 18, and I, of course, want to go back to New York City and like hang out. I have so many friends there, and in Jersey as well. But I just wanted to kind of have a new fresh start, and you know, being closer to family. I think family is so important. I think before I kind of took it for granted, but now as I'm getting older, I do like and love my family, so I wanted to be closer to them. Update on this, I am using, I think this is Samoa Silk. This is the MAC Connecting Colors palette. This is like one of my favorite palettes. Clearly, I use that transitional shade a lot. But what I'm doing is I'm just taking a big fluffy brush and I'm just kind of doing that on majority of my eye. Kind of just getting a good base going. Yeah, I've learned how to blend, that is for sure. So I will say this eye right now that I'm doing is my go-to everyday eye. I do this eye whenever I'm lazy, I'm on the road, I'm tired. Of course I like bringing in colors, but I feel like that's very specific for like the looks. So, you know, I don't know, maybe if I get new costumes or things like that down the line, I can, you know, do a little bit more tutorials for y'all. And then I go in with these two colors right here, Rule and Blockchain Brick. I'm no longer a brick, but I was one time in my life. And then I just kind of go into the socket and then I just bring it up and I just blend, 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 blend. I really feel I have learned a lot about my eye shape as well. Shout out my drag sister Crystal Envy for, you know, giving me some couple tips and tricks. I feel like I've just gotten so much better with my makeup nowadays, and oh, here comes the water heater. Here it comes. Here it comes. Let me just get a little bit more blended. Come on, let me do a little bit more. Oh, there it went. I really just like to smoke this out as much as I can. I kind of don't go upward anymore. I kind of just bring it outward. And then I go in with the same brush that I was using beforehand, and I will just blend that all together. So next what I do is I go in with Worldwide Wine, which is this color right here. I clearly hit pan on it. I love it so much. I just take this little brush. I'll start pouncing it on my orbital bone. If you know, you know. And I will just start slowly bringing this into my crease. And I will just start kind of, I'll take a little bit and I will just kind of flick it on the outside. And flicking it upward to into those other colors that I put down. And I will slowly just start patting and pushing it into the center. And then I go back in with the brush I was using for the last color. Do a little smoking out of that. And then I just do the same thing, going with the color after that, and I just blend. I feel that going in each step helps really blend the colors together. Now, if I wanted to get fancy and smoky, like let's say I'm working on like a bigger stage, I'll definitely go in with black eyeshadow with this, but let's just say like this is like a regular gig. I usually just stick to these three colors. You know, 50 shades of beige and brown and taupes and mauves. All right, y'all, now next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with that Goth White from Manic Panic, and I'll take it and I'll just cut my crease really quick. I just take this, and there's kind of already like a little line right there that I follow, and I will slowly take it and I cut it about halfway, slowly blend this down, and I will try to just blend it out very slowly. I'll go back in with my white eyeshadow and I will hit the inner corner, make it very, very nice. I go back in with this palette and then I'll go back in with these colors, and I just kind of go in and blend what I was having in my crease and kind of blend it onto my lid. I like a very, you know, soft, sultry eye. It also kind of like helps, and it like doesn't make it just like such a stark cut crease. It's really great with blending in those products. And then what I noticed too is like sometimes it gets a little spotty right here, so I'll just go right there with that color, and I don't really blend it out anymore. I just kind of put it right there, so it is, you know, very strong. Next is liner. I go in with, you know, another Epic ink liner from NYX. This is just their black. And what I like to do is I like to just do one line nowadays. I don't like to do a big wing. I don't like it at all. So I'll just go onto my inner corner and I will just do one small line. I feel it really allows the eyeshadow to show it's, you know, the work I put into it, because I used to just cover up all the work I did with eyeliner. We all remember those days, don't we? The last thing that I'll do, instead of using a black to define the crease, what I'll do is I'll go back in with what I was using for my brows, and I will just line the crease a little bit. So there's like a little bit more definition. I just do like a little bit. I kind of do like a half circle. What I'll do next is I will take a white liner from, liquid liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So what I'll do is right after I did that line, I'll just take a white eyeliner and go right under that line to define the crease just a little bit more. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. I take Moon Dust, which is a just a liquid glitter liner from Urban Decay, and I'll go over that white line. So it's just like a little highlight of liner. I really like it, or a little highlight of glitter. It just kind of, I don't know, it adds like a little touch when, you know, you're not looking. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I do want to darken this line a little bit more, the top one. I'm going to go in with the dark brown liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is in color Aubergine. Yeah, that just looks so much better. It's just a little bit more defined. That is one eye. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and let's get to the base after that. Okay, y'all, I am back and both of my eyes are done, and now it's time to get all into the base. Y'all, I will have to say though, I also wanted to add, while I'm just cleaning up a little bit, a lot, you know, transitionally has changed as well. I think another reason why I kind of stepped back a little bit from doing as much social media, as much, you know, work and things like that, was because I kind of needed to focus on me. You know, with touring and all those things, I didn't really have a chance to like sit down with myself and how I wanted, you know, for all of this to go. And it's been going really good so far. And I'm very, you know, happy for the time that I've had to kind of live in my womanhood and like establish it a little bit more, if that makes sense. First things first, I need to glue my sideburns down. I just take Disappearing purple Umbrellas glue stick. Oh, and there goes the water heater again. I love it. But I'll take that and I will just comb it through. Give me, you know, 3 or 4 coats, and then, you know, it's good to go. First thing I'm gonna do is I am going to powder the sides of my sideburns. Essentially what I do is I just take this 110 from Maybelline Fit Me, and I will just hit it. I usually like to keep the powder on there. I don't try to wipe it off because I feel like it adds a little bit more to the coverage. For my primer, I like to use the Wonder Glow from Charlotte Tilbury, because drag makeup can be so mattifying sometimes. I really like to have like more of a glue or a dewier primer. I'm gonna take it, I'm going to rub it in and see how that just kind of like radiates my skin a little bit more, kind of just like evens me out a little bit. I love it. I use House Labs, very beauty guru-ish. House Labs, I use it in E84. I'll take 3 pumps. And what I do is I just take a little MAC 130 brush and I will take it and I just start putting it on my face. This is also where I will be also like cutting like my eyeshadow, I guess you can say, like the bottom part. And I'll just take it and I'll slowly create a line outward. I try not to go so angular anymore. I kind of just try to go kind of like that. You see what I mean? But I'll take it, put it all on my face, and then I'll blend it out with a beauty blender. And then also too, I'll just kind of just do like a quick drag across the sideburns. It usually does get covered, but really this is just for like color, for like when I do my wig lines. And then I'll take it and I'll try to get as close as I can to the brow. I take it and I just bounce the living crap out of my face. And I make sure when I get here, like right where the eyeshadow is, I kind of take my time. For my contour, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Shadow Smooth Blur Contours. It's like the lightest shade, but I'll take this. See my bone right here? I will just notch it. Just a little notch. Kind of like to go a little bit higher for my contour than lower. Right under the lip. Hit the chin. And 2 lines right there. Blend away. My makeup though has evolved immensely. I think which was really crazy is like when, right after the show, like I didn't realize how hard I painted on the show until I saw it on TV. I just thought I was painting like a regular drag queen. Like it was way too much. And TV picks up on everything. If I could go back, the one thing I would change about me on my season was my makeup. Because I don't think a lot of things would have gone differently if I didn't look the way I did. Oh, I almost forgot my nose. Can't forget my nose. I just take it. I don't do a lot with my nose contour. I really do like my nose a lot. So I just do a little boop. A little boop. It doesn't really have to be perfect for me because I do like my nose quite a lot. It doesn't, honestly, I just like kind of getting a base on it first, and then what I'll do is like I'll go in with a highlight after to like really like accentuate it. I do blush before I do highlight. I kind of just started doing that this year, and I really like it. I'm gonna use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in 41, which is like just like this really lovely red. And I just do like 2 dots. Nothing crazy, maybe 4. And then still where I was like using my contour beforehand, I will take it. I will say you can do a lot, if you're doing your blush before you do your highlight, I say go off with the blush because once you get your highlight in there, it just adds another like tone, if that makes sense. It does look like a lot on my face, like I'm gonna be honest, like it's like very blushy right here, but then once I get in with highlight, it kind of just like cancels it all out. For the highlight, honestly, this concealer has kind of like come in and it's extremely cheap. e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. This is honestly the tits. It's so good. It's just a great base. And what I'll do is I'll hit my highlight points. I'll go here. I don't go that far with my highlight anymore because I don't like too much product under my eye. And then I do a little boop. Little boop, and then I'll just boop, boop, boop. Very simple. I don't do a lot. I hit the forehead. That's honestly all I do for highlight. Then I take the pointed edge of my beauty blender and I just blend away. Do we see that like highlight? It's just so, and like this is like what, I think $8? This product right here is amazing, $8. And then what I'll do is, because like as you can see it kind of dulls down the blush, I'll just go back right in with the same side that I was like doing the blushes and stuff with, and I will just blend it really quickly. So next I'm going in with translucent and banana powder from Anastasia Beverly Hills. What I do is for the translucent, I go right under the eye with it. I try to just basically hit all the highlight points with the translucent, and then I hit the like contours in the regular face part with banana. Then the rest, I just flip my little puff and I go in with banana. Beat it. Beat it like Gingerman beating the lying allegations. JK, that's never gonna be beaten. Sorry, sis. Just gonna take this brush right here and wipe off all the excess. Y'all see the faces coming together. It's coming. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. I don't know, YouTube, do I get copywritten for that? For my highlight powders, what I usually use is I use one size. I use one size in light 2N and fair 1NR. I like 2 tones for my highlight powders. I just feel like it kind of gives a little bit more of like a skin finish. Starting with the 1NR, y'all, what I'm gonna do is I am just going to hit my most central parts for my highlight. I'm going to go around the upper lip, on the chin. Oh, it's teasing me again. On the nose, and then in the center of the forehead. It's so broken, look at it. It's disheveled. In there, and then I go right under my jaw with this or right under my cheekbone with this one. I feel like as many shades as you can get is a little bit better for, just for blending in general. And then I'll hit right here. I just hit the outskirts of my highlight. For the contour, I use two colors. I use Gimme Sun MAC Mineralized, and then I also use Anastasia Beverly Hills in Mahogany. So what I do is I take Gimme Sun, and I'll take a bigger, fluffier brush. This is the 649 brush from Bedalium Tools. Sorry, I had to remove a piece of black tape off of it. I'm gonna just take this and I just hit my outer corners just a little bit, you know, get her nice and blendy. I think the mineralized really does help give it a little bit more of a skin-like finish. I don't like looking cakey. Like that is like my worst, like I hate it. Like I looked so cakey on my season that like I just can't do it anymore. I'll then take it and I just kind of like haphazardly just hit my cheek with it, you know? It just warms up my skin so much. You can already see the dimension coming in. I don't know what it is too. I think because like not every face is perfect. I sometimes have to put a little bit more contour on this side. It's weird, I know, but like it's just like something that I've like always like picked up on and I've like really noticed. Then get that chin of mine, hit the neck a little bit, and then just that. I'm really like quick with my makeup now. Like I really only take like it's a ladylike 45 minutes to an hour to do my full face. And then also too, like I even hit right here. Like I just like a very warm, like it's, I don't like too many lines on my face. Then I'll go in with this little Real Techniques brush, deluxe crease brush, and I'm just gonna go down my nose with it. I don't do like, I'm not like crazy with it. I just do like a little bit, you know? Next I go in with some Mahogany. This is a powder bronzer. I use an A30 brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this right here, I just hit the inner corners, like right where that bone is. You know, I just do a little bit of defining. It just, do you see the difference? It just gives a little extra. And for the nose, I'll just boop it. And then hit the forehead a little bit more as we get closer to that hairline. And then you gotta hit the chin just a little bit. Just like with my highlights, my contours, and my blushes, I like to use two. I feel like the more tones you use, the skin your skin looks a lot better. Now this is a little bright for people. This is Daring Pink from Makeup Forever. It is a super, super pigmented blush, but I love it so much. I really only need like 2 taps. And then I just put her on. She's so gorgeous. It's just like the most, it's just so pretty. I love blush. This blush is low-key, I've hit pan. I've definitely hit pan on it, but I still try to use it. It is a Luminous Baked Powder Blush number 5 from Milani. I don't even know if they still make this, but it's really old. The cap has fallen out of it, but it, you know. And I just use that right into my highlight. It just gives it also has like some like highlight in there. So what it does, it kind of just like builds like a natural glow. Like you see it, you see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. That's basically all my like face powders. It's pretty easy, but then what I'll do is I'll go back in with the same powders I used before. I'll take the banana powder and I will cut my cheekbones with it. Perfect. Flip it around. And flip it around. Wicked Witch. And then I will go in with the translucent. I'll go down the side of my nose bridge. I will hit under the eye. Just so you guys know, I don't really go all the way with my highlight anymore. I just kind of hit it right where I'm going to be doing my under eyeshadow. And then I go right around this highlight part. And then I go down the bridge of my nose. I'll do a little boop. I don't really do here as well anymore. I kind of just keep it like to this area. We are gonna go in with the Dark Side waterproof gel liner. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills, and we're just gonna go right into the waterline. Take your time with the waterline. I always say it is the most like sensitive part when you're doing your makeup. Now that I have my waterline kind of just, you know, blacked out, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back in with the same palette we were using earlier. I'm gonna do a combination of these two colors, the top and the bottom, and then I'm gonna go back in with that right after. I do it pretty simple. Like, I don't do anything super crazy on the bottom of my waterline. I'll just take it and I just use a little smudger brush. I've had this for years. It's from Sephora. It doesn't even have a number on it anymore. It just says smudge. And then I just go in with that darker color, the darker one right here. And I'll just connect it. Oh, it's going again. I swear to God, let me just get through something, please. Now that that is done, we're gonna wipe off all of this powder. Every brush that I use has some like leftover powders. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna take the brushes, I'm gonna hit the highlights again. I'm gonna go back in with the contour brushes. Go back in with the other contour. And then go back in with the blush brush. I'm going back in with the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And I'm just gonna spray. I try to avoid the eyes when I'm doing setting sprays, just the way like it doesn't like run or crease. Like, you know, sometimes like in your crease, if you hit it, it's sometimes not the greatest. It kind of like is like, it gets creasy. I don't really want that. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Seeker Highlighter in Pearl. It's really kind of like shimmery champagne white. And I'm just gonna hit just a little bit. I don't like doing too much, and then I'll hit the brow bone. I'll do a little boop on my nose. And a little boop down the center. But yeah, that's basically all I do for highlight. And also too, can't forget Cupid's bow. Gotta highlight the Cupid. And sometimes, I love how I was like, I don't do a lot, I do a lot. Sometimes just a touch on the chin, just a touch. As you can see, like the brows kind of have some like particles on them, just like from all the powder and stuff. I'm just gonna take a clear little brow gel, go over my brows again. Like the ends are a little bit more, they need a little bit of a touch again. So I'm gonna go back in with Milk Chocolate Liner. And I'm just gonna touch up the ends real quick. Just so they're a little bit more defined. For like right under my brow bone. I do like to have a pretty sharp brow bone. And what I'll do is I'll take a little setting spray, and this is the Electric Cake Liners from Anastasia. I'll just do a little spray in there. They're water activated. And I have this like really fine angled brush. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of it, and I'll just take it and I'll go under my brow and define it. It just gives a little bit more of a highlight. I go back in with that gold gloss, or that gold from the Moon Dust. Sorry, I have to bend a little bit. And I'll go right where I just put that white liner. I'll just do a little tap at the center. It just kind of gives a little like shine. I'm using Brick from MAC as well as Cherry from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And what I'll start is with Brick. I'm gonna start with my bottom lip. I don't overdraw my lips too much anymore. And then I'm going back in with Cherry, and I'll just blend it out a little bit. Lovely. As I'm using Seraphine from Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lip. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna go, I actually look crazy without lashes. I'm gonna go put my lashes on, and I will be back for the final look. Mwah. All right, y'all, this is the final look. I know I look flawless. I mean, hello, baby. The glow up is real. Now that I'm a little bit closer, let's get into it. Diva, the mug is mugging. Get into it. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video so much. I'm gonna be posting so much more frequently. I'm super excited. I love how the look turned out. I hope y'all enjoyed the new updated makeup tutorial. And you know, listen, let me know if y'all like it. Leave a comment, share, subscribe, heart, recreate the look, please. I'd greatly appreciate it. But y'all, thank you so much for joining. Happy 2026, y'all. This was my moment, and I certainly did have it. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. And we out, we out, we out. Look at that. Look at the mug.